You're so man for the ab workouts.
Ah,
You're so man for the ab workouts. I
oh,
saw
we've
it was a day
started.
18, 9 days. Oh, we started. We just went straight into it. I was like, I'm just seeing what the
I
crack
didn't.
is
I
your
didn't
abs.
see you do your big arm flap before you
I had the
start
big arm
talking.
flat to go into it. No, I was ready at
Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
I wanted to go straight into how your ab challenge was. I know we were supposed to do a big intro. Hey, it's Seán here. It's Eric over in Alabama for the second last time on this podcast. And welcome to this week's episode of the Any Given Runday podcast. With that said, what's the story with your ab workouts?
Well, for years I've always said I want to get a six pack for Christmas, and then I thought, well, do you know what? I've 30 days left. Let's do a 30-day ab challenge, because there's all these like things out there like 30-day squat challenge, 30-day ab challenge, and I was like, well, I'm running most days anyway, or being somewhat active. I was like, that's a given. But one thing I always neglected when I was back doing the weight days, when I was doing everything else, never did abs. But I'm also trying to strengthen my core before I start into this long program I'm going to do, because very bad at keeping my hips up in the water when I'm swimming. And my hips are really bad when I'm running and get tired, as you have mentioned before in this podcast. I like a little Labrador that's strutting down to eat some food.
Yeah,
Just
wiggle.
the hips are going everywhere. So one was to see, with 30 days of an ab challenge, like working out 4 days, resting for rest, like how close to a six pack can I get? Not very close, because I'm still eating McDonald's. But however, strength wise in my core, noticed a phenomenal difference, and I haven't really seen it relate too much into the running now, because I haven't been doing much of the long distances. Just with work being so busy now, it's hard to get the long. I was even supposed to do an hour of a confession, supposed to do an hour yesterday. I could only get 40 minutes in, just because I was just running out of time in the day, and I had to get other stuff and study done for today as well. So, but yeah, I just was like, I've never committed to anything abs ever, and I was like, you know what, just this is it. This is what I'm going to do. Build up that core strength and just see if it makes a difference. It was a bit of an experiment, but we'll see. We still have 11 days left.
And that's 11 days left until you're coming back home as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just wanted to see if it would make a difference in my running. I wanted to see if I'd have more strength in the core, to keep myself more balanced in the runs, and wanted to see if I could get a six pack. But it's very, very clear to me now, nutrition is the key to the six pack, not necessarily all the abs.
It's mad, because without even actually talking about this, just as you were saying now, I realized like you took a step back to go forward in terms of you getting your core and stuff right for your to build up towards this long program you're about to endure when you come back home. And I've kind of done the same myself. Like I've taken away just long runs and different things. Like I was doing after marathon last year, I was doing I was going for 10 miles on a Sunday. And I kind of pulled that all back. I was like, you know what? I need to start building back that foundation again. So I'm back in the gym 4 days a week, strength training, and then just building up 2 to 3 runs in as well. Now it's February, I'm just going to try and get closer to 4 runs a week, and just to build it up so I don't get injured. Now, I'm not going to lie, the Achilles is a little bit at me again, but I wanted to take it back, get a stronger base doing the gym workouts, and the follow along stuff we'll be doing in the in the running group and online, and just kind of build that strength up. And sometimes you need, like, I think what people think of running is like, you just get to 10 kilometers, you're able to do 10K, then you have to do 20K, then you have to do 30K, and keep building and building and building. But there are times you just need to pull it back, see what your problems are, see those niggly little things, and try and fix them, and then go forward again before you go forward too much and you can't get those little what would have been a little injury would have been a lot more severe. Because I mean, I remember seeing you run, and you just talked about a second ago, when you're running, your hips are going side to side and all over the shop. And like, that's the first thing that kind of gives out and you gets tired. And if you were to do the training program you're going to do without having that base there, you'd probably be in a world of hurt. I'm not too sure you'd make it sure. Now, you might make it sure. You might get lucky. And then again, you might not make it sure. But why not pull it back a month and do what you're doing now and then build into it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, building it down, like I wouldn't. I went on that run last night, and it was windy. It was windy, and I took the hilly route, but I was running on a 5 minute to it ended up being an average of 5:02. And I remember getting like 3 kilometers in and thinking to myself, how did I run a marathon at 10 to 20 seconds quicker than this? I was like, how did I do it? And this was only 2 or 3 kilometers in. I was only running 8 kilometers. So it's all swings and roundabouts. It's the peaks and troughs. Like, I'm very much down in the trough now at the minute. And as you said, building it back up. I'm at the stage now where like everything is busy. And we said it on the last podcast, February is when it gets going for me. If I can just survive January and keep myself moderately active in January, because December, January are usually the down times for me anyway, personally. And then February, now it's starting to just pick back up. We've got 18 days of core done. On each of those core exercises, there was push-ups, lunges, single leg squats, changing each day. So we're building up that leg strength, working on the upper body as well. So keeping everything in somewhat tone, trying to maintain some injury prevention with the glute bridges and stuff, activating muscles that don't usually work for me, especially when they haven't been used for so long. It's been great to just take one of them a day, work them, let them know that something's about to happen, getting in a 40-minute run, taking the time. Pace isn't really there. The odd interval is there, but I haven't really done much. Some of the exercises have been walks. And some may think, for me, that's very light, what I'm doing at the minute. Others who are looking might be like, this is too much for me, and that's totally acceptable. Everyone is at a different level, but for me, this is the low, kind of take my time, build it up. And as we progress through February, then the 30-day challenge will finish halfway through the month. And that's when I can start actually looking forward to the rest of the year, to have that base there. So I have 2 more weeks to pretty much set up the base for the year. And then we'll be on the bike, the runs, with a lot more. I actually really enjoyed the core. I think the core will stay. It's just time consuming. It is time consuming. It's about 20 minutes. So I might just pick the best 4 or 5 that I like, and just do 4 or 5 a day as opposed to the full workout again. But it's it's been enjoyable. It's been a challenge for me to mentally do it every day or find that 40 minutes and to run. So it was difficult, but I've enjoyed it. It's somewhat satisfying when you find it very, very painful to do like the X-Man crunches when I only had to do 8 and I was shaking like a leaf. And now I'm doing 20 and it burns. But there's control, there's balance. And a lot of these exercises, for anyone who is following along, they'll notice it's not just isolating the core. There's a lot of moving parts. So you're working on that balance. And that's what I was really trying to go for, because as you said, my hips during the runs, it's just trying to work on all these muscles, working on balance. Like I'm trying to just stabilize the region more so than just doing 100 crunches a day. I'm really trying to work out on different parts and alternating between the uppers, the obliques. But yeah, it's been nice. It was difficult at the start, but I have to say now that I'm well into it, I can't imagine it's something I'd let go. Might not do it every day, but definitely 3 days a week I'll be keeping on to these workouts. I'm really enjoying them at the minute.
100%. I was going to move on, but you're just hitting something there. It's very important, and that is the core, and that's in terms of working on, like when you run, your core stays still, but everything else moves around it. Yeah, when we do core exercise, everyone just does crunches and stuff and moves the core, and that's not really challenging the stability of the core. Like if you're doing swimming, your core is the same, everything's moving around it. And then you're doing cycling, it's the exact same. Your legs and stuff move, but your core staying upright and tight. But yet, for some reason, when people do core exercises, they only do crunches that work towards that 6-pack, and they neglect doing exercises that challenges that stability, like doing dead bugs and your X-Man crunches and all the rest, where your limbs are moving, but you have to maintain control with your core as all this other stuff is happening. And when you start doing that, then you start building true core strength that will help when you get back into your runs and everything else from there. But like you said there a second ago, pulling things back to go forward, and that's what we've done in January, ourself and yourself in our training. I think that's what a lot of people have done as well, especially how bad the weather's been, the dark evenings. But as Matt would say, there's a grand stretch of the evening, it's starting to get brighter, and now we both feel it's the perfect time to reintroduce our 5K challenge or a couch to 5K challenge for our running group. And that's what we're going to be starting this Monday in our running group. We're going to have a description in the show notes for this podcast for those of you that are not in it. And we hope that you guys get involved in that. We're going to have a few different options from that because, like talking to Aaron there a couple of weeks ago, a lot of stuff went great during the first 5K challenge. We also realized that we need to pull it back a little bit for some of you as well. And like Eric said a second ago, we're all at different levels when it comes to that. So just to rehash those that didn't listen to the podcast with Aaron a few weeks ago, when he did his 5K challenge, he'd get the Monday run in, not a bother up. On the Friday, we had Interval Wednesday, #Interval Wednesday for it. And he always found he pushed himself so much on the Wednesday that he was completely wrecked by the rest of the week. And he wasn't able to get any other runs in until the following Monday. So what we're going to have in the group is we're going to have a post up on Monday talking about a couple of different options for that. And we'll get a lot more detail in that running group. And then we'll be either done on Monday or Tuesday. Depends on your own kind of schedule, stuff like that. We're going to try to have it as flexible as we can. Something for the Wednesday or Thursday. And then once again, something for that long run weekend, whether it's the Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It'll all be dependent on what your fitness is like. And obviously, with the 5K challenge or couch to 5K, we're accepting all different levels of fitness to it. And if you are planning for a 5K PB and you're running a fair bit, you probably want to run more than 3 times a week as well. So we're trying to make it as flexible as we can for as many people as we can.
Yeah, similar before. Last time we ran this, so we had baby beginners. We had people who had not put on a pair of shoes in 2 years. And then we had people who were going out running marathons when we went into the first lockdown. We had absolutely everyone involved in this last 5K challenge. So it's going to be good. So I'm gonna stick with it as best I can myself as well. And I said I'd never do a 5K challenge again because I hate running fast. So yeah, I'm going to stick with it myself. So if there is anyone out there that wants to, say, well, actually, I'd love to break 20 minutes. I'd love to break 19, 18. These are the type of people we want as well. But equally, most importantly for people out there, because I know, and I say it's most importantly because anyone who's already running, it's not our goal to get you running. It's to help you along the way or try and reach a target. But anyone who's afraid to take that first step because they feel they're not good enough to do it or they can't do it, this is what it's all about. We're there to guide you through it and show you what you're capable of. It is the gateway to everything: marathons, 5Ks, 10Ks, just showing yourself that you can actually complete this with a bit of our help and a bit of community support, because there's going to be other people there. You're going to feel bad not posting in, so you're going to want to get out there and show all your buddies that you can do it. It's a fantastic experience. It's great opportunity, and I hope so many people take advantage of it.
And I feel sometimes people can get it could be daunting to some people because they see, oh, this person's done it in 19 minutes, this runner, how am I supposed to do that? Well, one, it takes time, and we're all at different levels. So if you are worried about, oh, I'm afraid of posting up a 2K time and X amount and it's not compared to such and such, just know that we've all been at the very starting line. We've all been in places where we can't finish a certain run because we just don't have the fitness level yet. Like, the only thing is time. It's just going to take time to build up to that. So if you are apprehensive about putting up your Strava, your Garmin, or your Nike Run app, your screenshot of that, just literally in the comments, just say, we'll have maybe a 2K run or run for 5 minutes, walk for 2 minutes, whatever it is. Just put up done. Just say done. You don't have to put it in a time if you don't want to. Because I've talked to some people I'm afraid because this person put it up. It's genuinely, when it comes to time, we don't care. As long as you're pushing yourself and you're getting better each and every week, that's the main thing. I mean, we could lose races in terms of me and Eric trying to grow a hair out long. We'll never win that race. So
whoa. That's still ongoing.
Yeah, but you're not. It is a DNF, and that one did not finish. But it's different. What I'm trying to get at there, it's just different levels for different people. Just focus on you and your running, and that's the whole idea behind it. It's not. There's no overall winner in this or anything like that. It is, did you get better over the 6 weeks, or did you get started over the 6 weeks? And that is the main thing.
And no one believes now, but you remember 6 years ago, Seán, I probably couldn't run 50 meters crossing the road was probably a difficult challenge for me. And I remember one day we used to live in Maynooth and we left our house and I walk/ran to the train station, which was 1.3 kilometers away. And I made it to there and back and I only stopped 6 times and I was delighted.
Yeah.
So that's 6 years ago. And now we're talking about doing Ironmans. We're talking about doing this. So I'm not saying that I'm great pat in the back. It's nothing to do with that. I understand how embarrassing it is to say I could barely make it 3 kilometers without stopping 6 times. And it's nothing to be embarrassed about. I am always happier, and maybe I'm speaking for you as well, Seán, but I'm always happier to see someone who's getting out and trying this for the first time and just getting after it. I don't care how many times they stop. I don't care. Once they do it, it's a bigger achievement than the likes of me running a marathon now. It's a bigger achievement than the likes of me or you completing a 20-minute 5K. It's a personal well done to me. I'm happy with the progress. It's a sign that training has worked. But for me, looking at everyone in this group, someone who's gone from zero to really, really trying to not stop for 5K, it's an absolutely amazing thing to see. It's an amazing thing for people to go through. And it is the toughest of any challenge. And I have more respect for someone who gets started and does that than I do for Ozzy Doyle who runs 50 kilometers. I just call them nuts and then get on with my day. But I really just take, there's an emotive thing when you see someone take themselves from zero. And I really want to help as many people as I can have that feeling that I had and that so many who have started our running group have had. So never be ashamed to start somewhere. Everyone has to start somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, going from 0 to 1 is a lot tougher than going from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and all the rest, because you just get started, get going. It's kind of like that train. It's just slowly trying to build momentum, get going. But once you've built momentum, it's great from there. But to your point, I remember when we're back on my long runs were literally down that canal, down to the bridge, the far end, and coming back up to the house, and just being very tired and stuff after that. And there was one little slope down the canal, and that was it. I was like, that's the big hill. And now it's different. That would be like maybe a warm up or something now to me, but that's just because when I'm talking about that's 4, 5, 6 years ago, and running was just something that I wouldn't have done that much. But another thing with the Couch to 5K, one little thing that always bothered me about it, because of my background being in the gym, personal training, all the rest, there wasn't much of a strength element to it. So just a little bit of injury prevention, but just improving strength and mobility to coincide with the running. So we are doing this already, but we'll continue to do it throughout this lockdown, is that we will have follow-along workouts with myself on that every Tuesday and Thursday, and the roughly 40-45 minute sessions. They go as live from 7 p.m, but they'll always be on the running group anyway, so you could do them afterwards at any time that you want. But just having it at 7 o'clock is just like, it's like, okay, if I could box myself off 7 o'clock, get it over and done with, when other people are doing those at the exact same time, it just makes it a lot easier. It's like going to a physical class where I've got 7 o'clock and that's it. Just get you in the mindset and doing it instead of trying to do it in your own time. That's the reason for having it there. So having them along with our running plans will also be in that running group. And one last thing, to celebrate, I suppose, doing this 5K challenge, we will have on our Instagram a like and share competition. What we want you to do is share the post that will go up on Thursday. Hopefully it's Thursday or Friday as you're listening to this. We will have a post it will say like and share competition at the top of the post. We want you to share it on your stories, like the post, and tag one friend. And then on Sunday evening, we're going to pick a winner. And then that winner, whoever they tagged, will also win a 6-week coaching program from the Any Given Training Day coaches. We will send on the fitness app to you. We'll have the Couch to 5K on that app, along with different strength workouts through it. And you'll have access to a coach once a week, along with nutrition as well. So pretty much personal coaching for the next 6 weeks.
I'm excited. I already know 3 or 4 people that are going to try and mop up that. My phone is going to start buzzing. Can you just pick me?
Yeah, we're not going to make that easy for him.
It's a brilliant opportunity, and like you said, if people want the chance to have a fresh start to the year, sometimes some people need the accountability of someone looking over their shoulder saying, "Have you worked out today?" And we understand that as well. And if that's you, or if you know someone that would like it, it's a simple like and share competition. because we're a little bit smaller than some of the likes and shares I've seen over lockdown, someone might actually win this.
100%. 100%. Yeah, that's on that note, I think that's pretty much all we have to add. We've got one more podcast to go through Zoom. I actually want to do more Zooms over here because you're with lockdown and all the rest. But one more, you're over there in the good old sunny state of Alabama.
Good old sunny. It wasn't that sunny yesterday. Temperatures went down to about 7 degrees, and I was very cold. I am not looking forward to coming home. I tell you that much.
I went for a run there yesterday, and temperatures were at an all-time high of 6 degrees. So yeah, cheers for that.
yeah. It's I was even wearing a bin bag in my run yesterday just to sweat a little bit more because it's cold. It's cold. It's genuinely it's cold. It's cold for me now. It's funny because I was in the dark as well. I ran past this couple with the dog, and I just kind of afterwards, because I had the music on, I just kind of afterwards thought it was like hearing the crinkle. I was like, they must think I'm wearing a nappy or something. It's just this crinkle as I'm running past them, because I wear it under a jumper as well, so you can't see the bags. So you just hear this crinkle. I was like, oh God. Anyway, I'm leaving in 2 weeks. I don't care. But yeah, we will see you, and hopefully we'll be home and we'll be doing some home workouts back in Ireland. Yeah.
Unreal. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this week's episode of the podcast. Do you have anything else to add?
No, that's it.
Deadly. On that note, guys, thank you for listening to this week's special Thursday edition of the Any Given Trading Day podcast. Don't forget to click that link in the description, which will send you to our running group. The running group at the moment is up on Facebook. So add yourself into that group. We're getting started from this Monday, Couch to 5K and 5K challenge, as well as our online workouts every Tuesday and Thursday. And the last thing, I'll also have the link in the description for our Instagram post. We would really do appreciate it if you do click on that, tag a friend in it, share it on your Instagram stories as well. And you could be getting 6 weeks free coaching and accountability to get even more success towards your best or first 5K. And that's it for myself and Eric. Oh, you something else to add?
No.
Oh, just
proud of your intros and outros, man. You're actually, I think that's the first one you haven't made a while. So
I almost got through it there first and said goodbye before you were about to talk there. You ruined the whole flow with me. And on that note, take care, guys. Best of luck, and we'll speak to you again next Monday, and see you in our running group. Take care.
Bye.